Then you will live in the land that I gave your forefathers. You will be my people, and I will be your God. Ezekiel 36:28. Coming home. Then, riding high on the pommel of Dad's saddle, the gelding carefully picked his way through the slippery rocks in the creek. Cold raindrops from Dad's akubra dripping on my smiling face, with his dry as a bone coat wrapped warmly about me. The oily smell, horse sweat and leather, delicious aromas to a daughter of a cattleman, a light horseman. 1967. The vinyl seat of our 62 station wagon was hot and sticky. Our family of 7 drove down the dirt road for one last time. I twisted round, but my view out the dusty back window was clouded with sadness running down my cheeks. I wanted to remember everything. The blue hills surrounding our farm, loosened paddocks, horses, places where I used to run in the soft spring grass. At 7, my childhood world was fading round another bumpy dirt bend. I hated cattle ticks and the quarantine that forced my mum and dad to sell up our farm at Byara. I wondered if the first valley settlers who planted roots of faith here could see us leaving. My great-grandfather James Dunlop and his bachelor son David, who raised Dad, my great-grandfather Lars Anderson from the Esk sawmill, and Henry Plantagenet Somerset, of whom Somerset Dam was named after, the McConnells from Cressbrook Station, and the Peters from Gallinany Station. Oh, Brisbane must have thought the Beverly Hillbillies had arrived when we moved into our new house. But even when the thick air was a cacophony of city noise, I could still hear the willy wagtails calling to each other like they did on the farm. Calling to me, I imagined, to the hills and the valleys that still filled my heart. 1974, my dad died. Of all the dark days in my life, this was the worst. My high-riding hero had crossed the bar to his maker. Everything was silent, in slow motion. I reckon he died from chemical poisoning used to dip the cattle for ticks. Dad made the best of everything in Brisbane, but he dearly missed the horses and the farm. During that tough time, Mum's faith, family, friends, and church family kept us going. 1979, at 18, nursing became my professional calling for the next 36 years. 1982, creation in him matched me with my husband of 39 years. We share 3 beautiful children who also view their world differently. For each of us has grown under the stars and birdsong, walking the dusty tracks and watching lightning strikes with awe and wonder. 2014, our laughter-filled home where 3 children lived was now silent. The empty rooms beckoned us to an old house in Esk, neatly nested under Glen Rock, the hills standing anciently as in childhood days, nature in its rawest unconformity. Each year now I pick flowers from our garden and place them on that cenotaph on Anzac Day with a note to my grandfather to tell him I love him. The rough barbed wire wreath placed ever so dearly at the base of the cenotaph symbolic of macabreness and horror of war, somehow gives me peace. Yewa has returned the freedom to this valley child, whose forebears rest quietly. Willie Wagtails call, and the smell of the frosted grass. I know I am home.